So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below, so check those out for massive discounts on all your Hidden Summoner needs as well as all your other Yu-Gi-Oh needs. But let's get on with the profile. What's up YouTube, Dan from wargames, bringing you an updated Cyber Dragon deck profile. Now this deck, before, let's not take into account the recent top it had, before that top, I was quite amazed. I was like, how is this deck not doing better? Like, it's got so much potential. It's got its own monster reborn, it's got a new link monster that can boost its monster to like 4,000 plus attack. It's got a crazy amount of fusion monsters that can pretty much OTK and push through plays. Cyber Dragon can get past U-Links and extra deck monsters that are really pain in the arse to deal with. And I was just quite amused to kind of feel like, how is he not doing better? And I can kind of understand it does drag down a little bit. However, it did get a most recent top. I believe it was top 8 at YCS Pasadena. Don't quote me on the exact place, but it did get a recent top, which is really, really good. So I've kind of put together this build. This is different to the YCS build. This is more go in second, OTK, push through and just absolutely game the opponent, which is why we play some specific spells, and I'll show you them when we get to them. So without further ado, I'll take you through the deck profile, show you exactly what we've got. Now, pretty much the monster lineup is quite staple with triple Cyber Dragon, triple Galaxy Soldier. This is where the money is in Galaxy Soldier right now. Triple Cyber Dragon Core, triple Cyber Dragon Hertz, one Cyber Dragon Via, one Jizukuru, the Star Destroying Kaiju. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, obviously you give your opponent the Jizukuru, then bring out the Cyber Dragon, and then you can contact fuse. We've then got one Cyber, I can't remember, I can't pronounce his second name, I'm not even going to try, I should probably too. Ultinin, yeah. So I had the pronunciation go around in my head, but I couldn't remember. This is just really, really good because we play stuff like Power Bond and we're banishing Overload Fusion, sorry, and we're banishing our materials. This could actually be very, very good. But then on top of that, we're also banishing more monsters to go into this. And the fact that it sends all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard is amazing. So literally, if you are able to, let's say you 1-for-1, you get a monster on board, then you banish that monster. Yes, alright, this might only have like 500 attack, but it sends all other face-up cards on the field to the graveyard. So you, just without using your normal summon or anything like that, even if you special summon out your Cyber Dragon, banish off your Cyber Dragon, bring back, bring this down, send your opponent's entire U-Link to the graveyard, and then you can start doing the rest of your plays if you want to. It's really, really powerful. So it definitely gives you a lot of play to go around. And then of course we've got a hand trap lineup of triple Ash and double Droll. That's all kind of straightforward. Hand traps can be as and when you please, of any style that you wish. So if you don't have the hand traps, do not worry. You can go more for an OTK build. You just need to have more outs in your deck to, you know, your opponent's specific board. We've then got triple Cyber Emergency and triple Rev System. Now, not many people are playing free Rev System, which is quite interesting. It's not a once per turn, it's searchable. The only downside is, of course, it special summons a Cyber Dragon from your hand or graveyard. So the fact that it specifically has to be Cyber Dragon, and some cards don't become Cyber Dragon until they're in the graveyard, can be quite specific. But it just allows you to push your plays further forward. Like, you can special summon out Cyber Dragon, go into a Cyber Dragon Seeger, and then of course do Rev System and find your way going into an Infinity. Then your Infinity takes one of your opponent's attack position monsters and you go that way, or of course you go the Fusion way and just OTK your opponent. Triple Machine Dupe. Now the reason this is so busted is Cyber Dragon Core becomes Cyber Dragon on the board, so you can Machine Dupe that card and go into 2 Cyber Dragons. So straight away you've got a level 1 and then 2 level 5s on board that can just push your plays further forward. Double Repair Plant, double Call by the Grave. You want your effects going off. It's very rare that people, like, some people try to ash certain things like Emergency, but some people let it go through. They save it for Machine Dupe, stuff like that. So for the odd cases that you want your effects to go through, Call by the Graves is a must. And then for the one-offs, you've got the one Power Bond, just for that power play that can win you the game. The one Overload Fusion, again, another power play to win you the game. Cyber Load Fusion, again, partly a power play to win you the game. But it does give you kind of an interesting option to push your plays further forward as well. Overload is quite specific purely because you've got minimal dart targets. Well, I say minimal dart targets. You've got about 3 fusion dart targets. but it still gives you that power play. The issue is we've got all three of these, so they might get a little bit cloggy, but that's where the Cyber Dragon monsters themselves pitch in to do right. You've got the Monster Reborn. You don't have to play this because you do have Rev System, but having 4 Monster Reborns can never be too bad later game. But we are OTK, so we literally just want to be able to go, here's our big fusion monster, and then here's the rest of our monsters, and we're just going to push through for game. That is, of course, why we play the 1 Limiter Removal. We've then got the 1 for 1 and the 1 Foolish Burial. Obviously, Foolish Burial can get your stuff side by getting a core into the graveyard. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you could drop a Power Bond or an Overload and go into a second Limiter Removal and just go for game that way. Then moving on to the extra deck. So on the extra deck we've got the 1 Seeger. Now you can play 2 Seeger if you want to, that's entirely up to you. I think 1 is enough because we are going for the OTK play, that it's very rare, but you want to get Seeger to the board just to unlock the zone below it. If not down below, so it can open up the zone to the side of it. For our fusion monsters, we've got the 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, the 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, the 1 Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, and then of course we've got 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. These are just here because if the game does last out a little bit longer, you can get rid of your opponent's extra monster zone very, very easily, especially stuff like Thunder Dragons as well. Thunder Dragons as well. But one of them should be enough if you've only got 1. If not, go with 2. Go straight up to a 24 beta because then you're using your Cyber Dragon and of course one of your opponent's monsters. And then if you wanted to, you can sack it off for your other Link monsters should you need to, stuff like Cleafort Genius. For the XYZs, we've got 2 Cyber Dragon Novas, 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity, and 1 Constellar Pallades. Put that one there. Now, of course, you can bump up the Infinity to 2 if you want to, but because we are a going second build, you kind of want to push your plays further forward and go for game. Infinity doesn't really give you the game pushing ability as much as some of the fusions do, and it's be very rare if your Cyber Dragon Nova does get warned or striked or destroyed in some sense. But off the off chance that it does happen, you do have, of course, your Cyber Twin Dragon to deal with that. Then moving on to our other Link monsters, we've got the 1 Cleafort Genius, we've got the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, should your opponent be locking you out with some form of back row, stuff like Imperial Order, and stuff like that, anti-spell fragrance that you just want to push through. Nightmare Phoenix can help you deal with that. Genius is, of course, a very, very good card to play around with. We've got Unicorn to link up to link freeze, and then of course we've got the 1 Borrow Sword and the 1 Borrow Load. Now being able to go into Borrow Sword with one of your fusions below it and then attacking with one of the fusions, switch the fusion to defense, and then Borrow Sword just goes bang bang. And if you haven't gamed by then, you know, there's something going wrong. So it does give you a push play should you absolutely need it, and then of course it does also win you games. Now if you are on more of a budget, you know, you can make Cyber Dragons on a budget, but because they are an anime fan favourite, some of the cards are a little bit more expensive, like Galaxy Soldier. But if you do want to build Cyber Dragons, Galaxy Soldier, in my opinion, is the first card you go to, because it can be used and abused in other decks should you want to change the angle of your deck. But it is just incredibly important in the deck to get your plays going. Anyway, that is it for the Cyber Dragon deck profile. I hope you liked it. I hope it gives you a couple of ideas. Now, this is my personal first kind of attempt at Cyber Dragons. Joe usually does the Cyber Dragons for us. And I've tried to go, like I said, for more OTK potential. And there are probably a couple of elements that can be improved on. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.